Stocks are all pretty much the same unit of ownership, but bonds, they can vary wildly.
Oh, massively. And that's because of a legal document called the indenture.
The indenture, that's the blueprint, right?
That is the blueprint. It outlines every single characteristic, every restriction, every obligation for that specific bond. So you absolutely have to check, let's call it 6 key features in that document to really know what you're buying.
All right, let's run through that checklist. What's number one?
Number 1 is maturity. This is just the lifespan of the debt. How long is your money locked up?
And that affects the risk.
Hugely. We usually classify them into short term, maybe 1 to 3 years. Medium term is 4 to 10. And anything beyond 10 years is generally considered long term. And the longer that maturity, the more volatile the price can be.
More time for things to go wrong. Okay, so that's the timeline. What's feature number 2?
Feature 2 is the coupon. That's the promised interest payment.
The reason you're lending the money in the first place.
Exactly. It's the coupon rate, sometimes called the nominal yield. And you just calculate it by dividing the total annual interest payments by the bond's face value. So a $1,000 bond that pays $50 a year has a 5% coupon, and that's fixed.
It stays the same for the whole life of the bond? Okay, on to number 3, and this is where it gets a little more complicated. Tax status. Why does it matter where the issuer is from?
Because the tax man always gets his cut, and it dictates your real return. Most corporate bonds are fully taxable. Federal, state, the works.
But not all of them?
No. And here's the game changer. Government bonds, and especially municipal bonds, we call them munis, they can be tax exempt.
And that's a huge deal. It means a lower interest rate on paper might actually put more money in your pocket.
Precisely. A tax-exempt bond will almost always offer a lower coupon. So you have to do a quick calculation called the tax equivalent yield to compare it properly.
To make it apples to apples.
Exactly. If you're in, say, a 30% tax bracket, a muni bond offering 4% tax-free is like earning 5.7% from a taxable bond. That difference is massive.
That really clears it up. Okay. Feature 4, callability. This sounds like an option for the issuer.
It is. It means the borrower, the issuer, has the right to pay off the bond before the maturity date.
Why would they do that?
Refinancing. It's all about interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
If market rates drop a lot, they can call back their old expensive high coupon bond and just issue new debt at the new lower rate. It saves them a ton of money.
So that's great for them, but kind of terrible for you as the investor.
It's a major risk because now you have your money back right when interest rates are low and you have to find somewhere else to put it.
You won't get as good a return.
Not even close.
Yeah.
That's why callable bonds have to offer a slightly better coupon rate up front. It's the trade-off. They're paying you for taking on that risk.
Okay, that makes sense. Feature number 5 is security status. Is there any collateral?
Right. This tells you where you stand if the company gets into real trouble. Secured bonds pledge specific assets as collateral.
Like what?
A classic example is a mortgage-backed security, an MBS. It's secured by the titles to a pool of homes. If there's a default, those assets are sold for the bondholders.
And the alternative?
Is an unsecured bond, also called a debenture. It's only backed by the company's general promise to pay. It's much, much riskier.
Got it. And that brings us to the last one, number 6, liquidation preference. This sounds like the seating chart on the Titanic.
That is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Who gets paid first when the company sinks? There's a very rigid order. Senior debt gets paid first, always.
Then what?
Then comes junior or subordinated debt. The money trickles down. Stockholders, the owners, they're dead last. They usually get nothing.
So why would anyone ever buy junior debt if senior debt exists? Is there a premium?
Absolutely. Because you're further down the payment ladder, you take on more risk of not getting paid back in full. So, to compensate you for that, junior debt has to offer a higher interest rate, a better coupon.
It all comes back to risk and return.
Every single time.